The Mario movie was amazing. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I'm gonna get a bit spoilery a bit later on, but let me give you my general thoughts. The animation is beautiful. Everything is nicely decorated and looks beautiful. The lighting is great. The characters move fluid. It looks like the quality that you'd expect from a Nintendo movie. It's really good. The story, it's not the best story, and a lot of people are critiquing that it's not a lot, but it's about what you'd expect from a Mario movie. It's more than a Mario game, but not much. Just a pretty simplistic story for Mario to go on a journey. It's fun and has some high stakes, so I like it. However, ignoring the story, the characters is where the most fun is at. Bowser is threatening and awesome, Peach is strong and cool, Mario is Chris Pratt. Yeah, I was worried about that. But actually, watching the movie, it's not weird. It doesn't stand out at all. I didn't think, wow, why does it sound so weird, or why is that Chris Pratt? It isn't even one of those things I have to get used to. I was just fine with it. He sounded normal at the start, and he sounded normal throughout the movie. He was just fine. I don't know if that's because I got used to it in the trailers or what, but it didn't really hurt me. So if that was your worry with this movie, then don't worry about it. It's still pretty good. The movie, obviously being for kids, also tries to have a lot of jokes, and a lot of them are funny. It's not the funniest movie I've seen, but I did laugh a couple times. Oh, and there aren't really any major plot twists, so it's not like I can spoil a twist or something. The only things I can really spoil are just like cool moments or references. Like for instance, at the beginning of the movie, Luigi gets a phone call, and his ringtone is the GameCube startup noise.
Super Mario Brothers!
I'll spoil that for you since it was in some of the trailers. But just things like that are just so cool to see because you're sitting there and you're like, oh, whoa, I know what that is. I know what that is. But they are like the worst thing that I could spoil. So if you don't mind that, then continue watching. But if you want to see the movie for yourself, then go see it. I do recommend it. But with that said, enough further ado, let's dive straight in. Okay, so what's the first thing we should talk about? Well, let's talk about the basics. The plot. Like I said, pretty simple. Basically, it starts off with Mario and Luigi in the real world, essentially. But then they go underground and find a pipe that sends them to the Mushroom Kingdom somehow. But while they're there, they get split up, and Mario has to go rescue Luigi. So he finds Toad, and Toad takes him to Peach, and the Peach wants to go find Donkey Kong. And then they, plus the rest of the Kongs, go to fight Bowser. That's the plot. Not too much, and there are no plot twists or anything, but it's pretty good for what it is. It's still fun and happy, and I enjoyed it. Also, to get to Bowser, they decide to use carts. This wasn't the trailer, but it's actually a bit more of the movie than I expected. They drive around a bit, they have battles on the cars, they have cool action set pieces. Are they still called action set pieces if they're not in a game? I don't know. It's pretty cool. However, like I said earlier, the plot isn't the main point of the movie. The characters are. And the characters are really good. Like I said, Mario's voice is actually pretty good. Like when I started the movie and I heard Chris Pratt, I thought it'd be weird, but it didn't. He was actually voice acting with an actual voice. He didn't sound too weird. He sounded fine. But ignoring the voice, let's get to Mario the character. He's portrayed very well here. Instead of being the powerful plumber who attacks Bowser every single day, here he's the underdog. He's new to the Mushroom Kingdom since he just goes there in the movie for the first time. So no one knows who he is, and he's not that strong. Which is a weird take on Mario, but it works for the movie. And throughout the movie, we see Mario get more skillful and more powerful. Until the end where he fights Bowser, but we'll get to that later. As for the start, he starts off in the real world like I've already said. And it starts off a bit similar to the original games. Originally, he was a carpenter in Donkey Kong, then a plumber in Mario Bros, and then he went to the Mushroom Kingdom in Super Mario Bros. And in the movie, he was a carpenter working for Spike, but he quit and became a plumber with his own business with Luigi. And throughout the movie, he then goes to the Mushroom Kingdom. It's like they're trying to make the game into the movie. It's cool. Also, Spike is a very minor role. He was shown off in the original trailer, so I thought he'd be a much bigger role, but he's not. He's seen at the beginning and like one time at the end, and that's it. If you removed him, the movie would be basically the same. Well, apart from one cool scene, which I did really like. Throughout the movie, Mario was seen standing up for his brother a lot. He seems to truly care about Luigi, and I really like that. Like when Spike starts picking on Luigi and Mario steps in front of him and tells him to knock it off. It's just heartwarming. We also get some good characterization at the beginning. Like while Mario and Luigi are walking on the sidewalk, Mario does some platforming and jumps up high and dodges all these attacks, while Luigi just walks through the wet cement, and it's weird. But it shows off their characters really well at the very beginning of the movie. It's nice characterization. And we get to see their first job as plumbers, where they destroy a house completely by accident. This scene is very Illumination-y. I don't know, it just feels like they made it because, well, they did, but that's not the point. It doesn't feel very Mario and Luigi, though I did like it. We also get to see Mario and Luigi's family, which... what? Like, they have a full family with parents and siblings, and it's really weird. They're not a huge part of the movie, but just knowing that they exist is... I don't know. Like, they even make fun of Mario and Luigi's outfits because they look weird, but I guess they're only dressing like that to be like plumbers or something, I don't know. But later in the movie, we see baby Mario and baby Luigi, but they're wearing the same outfit, so that doesn't make any sense. Like I've said, throughout the movie, Mario gets more and more powerful, more and more confident, and he's shown really well. And he grows into the Mario from the game. Luigi doesn't have much of a change since he's not the main character. At the beginning, he's a coward with Mario, then he gets kidnapped, and at the end, he's still a coward with Mario. I like him though, even though he's not seen as much as I would have liked. Peach, on the other hand, is a full-blown main character. It's like her and Luigi switched roles because he's the one that got kidnapped and now she's helping Mario. But in this, she's not a damsel in distress, she's actually a fighter. Like in the movie, Mario wants to go help Peach go save Luigi, but Peach wants him to prove himself, so she brings up an obstacle course. So of course, she runs through it first try, super easy. And then he just fails over and over again. She knows a lot about the Mushroom Kingdom, and she's very skillful. She's not a damsel in distress, she's a hero here. And seeing her actually lead the Toads as a princess is really cool. Also, princess? Why is she a princess? There's no queen or king. Why isn't she the queen? This doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Also, the movie gives us an explanation for why she's the only human in the Mushroom Kingdom. Just like Mario and Luigi, Peach was originally from the real world. But unlike them, she doesn't remember it at all. She was brought into the Mushroom Kingdom as a baby and doesn't remember anything before that. So I feel like that's like a sequel potential where like later we're going to find out who her parents were and we're going to see where she came from or something like that. So it's just an interesting topic for a sequel. Also, one Toad in particular sticks with us throughout the movie, and I'm assuming it's Captain Toad. He's not really given a name, though he's going to be Captain Toad. He's the one who takes Mario to Princess Peach. He's also pretty funny, and because he's brave enough, Princess Peach decides to take him along with a journey with them. But the first stop on the journey isn't Bowser, but instead is Donkey Kong Island, or Kong Island. There's no, I don't know. This is where we meet the Donkey Kong family. We see Donkey Kong that fights Mario in this really cool fight that I thought was really fun. We see Cranky Kong, which is probably the only character that I didn't like the voice of. He just sounds weird, not like an old monkey. I don't know, it's the only thing that threw me off. We even see Diddy in one scene where he's just shown to be Donkey Kong's biggest fan. And that's it, and we never see him again. Again, sequel potential. Similar to Pauline, we see her one time at the beginning of the movie, and then never again. It's bizarre that she's there, but like an Easter egg, I guess, I don't know. However, the best character of them all is finally shown to be Bowser. He is the coolest character in the movie. The movie starts with Bowser having him take over the entire ice island. His voice also fits him very well, and he's really cool. He's actually a threat here, not a comedic villain, and he's actually pretty scary, and we have no idea if he's gonna win. Alright, so we know he's gonna lose because it's a movie, but we don't know how. Also, at one point in the movie, he starts singing a song about Princess Peach, and it's just, I love it very much.
Peaches, 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 peaches. Oh, yeah.
He's so cool. I love Bowser as a character, and he's great in this movie. We see him threaten Luigi and be mean to his minions. We even occasionally hear him make noises from the games like grunts and growls, which is weird because it's not Jack Black, but it still fits somehow. But anyway, all of these characters live within the Mushroom Kingdom. Or technically live within Mario's world, and the Mushroom Kingdom is a part of it, but you know what I mean. So I'm in Mario's world, because he's not, I don't know what to call it. The world itself does look really cool, like I've already said. But something I really like is that they use a lot of things in the Mushroom Kingdom to their advantage. There's constantly things just floating for no reason, because it does in the game, so it does in the movie. Like Bowser doesn't have an airship, he's an air island. Like an entire island with a castle flying through the air. It makes no sense, but I love it. We also see them use pipes to get around, which just makes sense, and use these moving platforms as elevators. It makes sense, and it's actually thought out for the movie. I really like it. Also, when Mario gets there, he's actually afraid of Toad, because of course he is. He's a walking, talking mushroom. We also got to see a lot of the enemies from the game in the movie just acting natural. Like certain enemies just walk around as like bugs or just things walk. I don't know. Like a Toad just walking around with a pet Cheep. It makes sense, and I love it. And it's thought out. I love the movie. It appears as though a lot of thought has gone into this movie, and I love it for that. And of course, because it's Mario, even the power-ups show up. But not that many, which I thought was weird. But I'm also glad there wasn't that many, since it'd be like it was just like padding. I want it to feel natural, and it does. He's shown the super mushroom that makes him bigger, but of course Mario hates mushrooms? Yeah, it's a weird joke that he doesn't like mushrooms, which I thought was weird, but okay. We all see the fire flower, and even get to see Fire Donkey Kong somehow, because we've never seen that before. The cat suit fight Donkey Kong, which looked really cool, and the Tanuki suit at the very end, and he flies like Tails. Yeah, the Tanuki suit shows up, and he flies like Tails, like exactly like Tails, and it's really weird, but also, I don't know. But he gets a suit near the end, and he's really powerful at the end, and he's really cool. Flying around at super speed, saving everybody, it's really fun. But also, we get to see the mini mushroom. It's shown off a couple times, and it's used in really clever ways. We'll get back to one of those clever ways a bit later on. But one way is during the Donkey Kong fight, where he eats it thinking that it's a big mushroom, and it's not. And thus, he starts losing the fight. But then becomes a cat, and he gets the upper hand, then he defeats Donkey Kong, and it's really cool. So the plot is fine, the characters are great, and the fights are pretty cool. But of course, we wouldn't have a Mario movie if it didn't have a ton of references. However, this movie uses references very well. They could have put a ton of them just in the movie everywhere, but they didn't. References are either very useful or very few and far between. like the red Mario carts to get to Bowser's castle, and a lot of the carts have weapons like Donkey Kong's has rockets. But on the way to Bowser's castle, Mario and Donkey Kong fall off the track with Donkey Kong's cart, and they're eaten by an eel from Mario 64. Then they have the good idea to use Donkey Kong's rocket to fly out of the eel, the rocket being the same ones from the Donkey Kong series. Yes, it's a reference, and yes, it's really cool, but it's also important to the plot. They should have weapons, so they used rockets. The characters should have a low point in the story, so why not have them be eaten alive? Then how do you escape? Why not use the rocket? And now it looks like Donkey Kong. It's cool and it makes sense and I love it. Other references still make sense in the story, but even though they aren't that important, but they're also used few and far between, so they're not overwhelming. Like Mario playing Kid Icarus because he can, or Donkey Kong being introduced with the DK rap. I guess it could be nostalgia bait, but it's used to introduce him, which makes sense in the movie because he's supposed to be a really cool warrior, so obviously he's gonna have a song. It makes sense, it's cool, I love it. Some of them aren't great, like when Mario goes to the castle to see Princess Peach, the Toads at the castle tell him not to enter, and say, oh no, she's not here, your princess is at another castle. Haha, I get it, it's a joke, it's a reference, I still don't find it funny. Not only has it been overplayed, but also it makes no sense in the context, it just seems random. Or like they're just trying to squeeze in a reference. That's the only one I don't like from the movie. But overall, a lot of them fit, and I really like it. And in the movie, plays off very well for everything that's come up before it. Princess Peach says he's gonna marry Bowser, but at the last second turns on him with the ice flower and freezes him. It shows her character. Then Mario, after developing throughout the movie, is now super powerful and goes to save Luigi. And there's a huge fight while the minions and all the good guys fight, and it's really cool, and I love it. However, this is where the big, I guess, plot twist is. It's not really a plot twist, it's, I don't know, it's a big event. Bowser sends a giant bullet bill, or bonsai bill in this case, to go destroy the Princess Peach's castle. So Mario goes and diverts it, but he diverts it into a warp pipe. The warp pipe is the one that he entered the world on, so he's sending it back to New York essentially. However, it explodes within the warp pipe, which somehow I guess creates a vacuum or something, and then everything from the characters, the enemies, to the castles are sucked into the warp pipe, back into the real world. What? It doesn't make a lot of sense, it's bizarre, and it makes room for weird sequels. But now they're in the real world with still the same power-ups and still the same everything, but now they have a single final fight. This time, all of them have to fight Bowser. And he is so powerful. He defeats Donkey Kong and Peach and Luigi and Mario, and everyone's down. But then Mario sees his trailer. You see, at the beginning of the movie, Mario and Luigi made a trailer to promote their business, and they say they're gonna take care of New York. But here, at the end of the movie, he's given up. He doesn't think he can defeat Bowser. But then he sees his trailer again for the last time. And he remembers he's there to save New York. So then he gets up and says, "Let's go," and goes after Bowser. And side note, this is the only time he says, "Let's go." In the first trailer, we see that he says, "Here we come."
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
That's not in the movie. Like, it's not that part, and I don't think it's in the rest of the movie at all. At least I don't remember it. And "Let's go" is only used at the very end at this part of the movie. To really give it a oomph. Oomph? Is that a word? But now he can go after Bowser. But how? He's not strong enough to take him down. Well, there's one thing we forgot. At the beginning, when Bowser takes over the Icelands, he steals their Power Star. Or at least I thought it was a Power Star. You know, Power Stars being a thing from Mario 64 that make energy and they're used to power things. Yeah, that. But no, this is supposedly a Superstar, which is a thing that makes you invincible. There's a difference. I don't know why, it's weird. But anyway, at the end of the movie, Mario and Luigi both are able to team up and grab the Superstar. Now, they're invincible and they just beat the smack out of Bowser. It's epic, it's cool, it's like the supersonic of Mario. And we even get reference to Mario 64 where he grabs Bowser by the tail and spins him around and throws him in the air. I knew it was in the movie. I knew it. I predicted it was in the movie. I don't know where, but I predicted it somewhere. I knew it was, and it's there, and it's awesome. It's cool. And they bring back the mini mushroom to shrink Bowser to then capture him very easily. Again, it makes sense. Like, it seems like they really actually thought out the world and saw everything that could come of it. Moving platforms, elevators. Pipes, transportation. A motion makes you small, they use it to make prisons. So they make you guys are small, and they put them in prison, and it's really cool, and makes sense. I love this movie. It really shows they put a lot of care into this movie, and it's really cool. And surprisingly, there were no fart jokes, which was very surprising, and I'm very happy to see. However, there were a lot of songs, like a lot of pop culture songs. It was a bit weird. I'm gonna get it, they're popular and they earn you more money, but they're weird. It's weird placement, but at least made sense, like they used the right spots. And they sounded fine. It didn't make the movie worse or anything. But all that is the end of the movie. So, the end. There. It was really good. The characters are cool, the fights were cool, the world was cool, everything was awesome. The worst thing in the movie was that one Princess Peach joke, and that was it. The rest of it, awesome. If for some reason you didn't see it and you still watch this anyway, go see it. It is worth it. It is amazing. But of course, this is not the only Mario movie. There's gonna be more. And since Nintendo has a lot of properties, what do I think is gonna be next? Well, obviously they're gonna make a Mario 2 because of course they are. But what else? I suspect a Luigi's Mansion movie, maybe a Donkey Kong movie to see more of Diddy Kong. Maybe we can have a Princess Peach movie where we go see your parents. And then we can have non-Nintendo things, like Kirby can have a movie and Zelda can have a movie. It's gonna be so cool! I'm very excited. and I'm very pumped. This was very awesome. I want to go see the movie again, but I'm too lazy to go see it. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you later, and goodbye. I'm very excited. It's awesome. I love this movie. Also, this video didn't have a script. I wanted to get it out quickly, even though it's not going to be that quickly. It's going to be like a week and a half after the movie came out. But anyway, I'm also speaking very fast, because I don't know why. I'm in a very excited mood, and I'm speaking very fast. And I don't know if it's going to make the video worse or something, but there's the video. I'm really excited. Really think the movie's good. I could make a prediction video for other movies, but maybe that's another video. I don't know. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.